Well, I've wondered that. In fact, I remember a conversation I had with one of my mentors about a certain individual who's on the internet. If I named them, you would know them. And I said, how much money do you think that guy makes? And he said, oh, probably about $800,000 a month. And I thought to myself, $800,000 a month? How do you make that kind of money? And this was back in probably 2015, where I was nowhere near $800,000 a month. And what I discovered is you can turn your yearly income into your monthly income. And when you do, it's going to absolutely blow your mind. That's what I'm going to show you how to do on this video. So one of the biggest financial breakthroughs I've ever had in my life, and I promise you this is worth writing down. This is in fact, this was not just one of the biggest. It's one of the top 3 breakthroughs, financial breakthroughs I've ever had in my life, and it's the first one I ever had. And I remember when I had it. I had this wake up in April of 1999. And I'm sure you guys probably read Rich Dad, Poor Dad, right? How many of you all read Rich Dad, Poor Dad? So a lot of you have read Rich Dad, Poor Dad. So I read Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and when I read that book, it was like the lights came on. It was like for me, it was like the scales fell off of my eyes in the arena of wealth in a way that had never happened before. And the theme that I got from Rich Dad, Poor Dad, like if I were to sum up that book in a sentence, I would sum it up in this sentence. The thing you have to do to create wealth is to focus on creating income-producing assets. The reason broke people are broke is because they are their only income-producing asset. The reason rich people are rich is because we accumulate income-producing assets. In fact, Daniel Priestley, in his book, Key Person of Influence, he says, income follows assets. So the more assets you have, the more income you have that can follow those assets. So I'm going to show you how, I discovered this principle.